Good evening, everyone. This is Jennifer Adkins with my EDL 850 case study. The summary of the facts for this case is Miguel Hernandez played football for Nottingham High since his family moved to Dover. In his sophomore year, he was appointed in the position of quarterback on the varsity team, which was the first. It had never happened before. During a football game, a defensive lineman tackled him. Miguel was rushed to the hospital where it was determined he had a spinal injury that left him paralyzed from the waist down. Miguel returned to school after doctor's permission. Upon returning to school, Miguel learned that his schedule had changed due to his biology class not being wheelchair accessible. There's legal and ethical issues with what happened to Miguel. First of all, there's the legal issues, which is FAPE, a free appropriate education. Yes, he's getting a free education, but is it appropriate for his goals? No, it's not. There's the Rehabilitation Act, Section 504, and the Americans Disabilities Act. The ethical issues, one, creating equal opportunities. Other students have the equal opportunities to be able to take classes that are requirements that fulfill going to college. Miguel is not being offered that same opportunity. There's also the fact that the student was injured during a school event. I do believe that there is an ethical issue to make sure that his needs are being taken care of. The people that involved in this case, there's the superintendent, Mr. Harvey, the school principal, Mrs. Kerber, the counselor, Ms. Guzman, the parents, Mr. and Mr. Hernandez, the student, Miguel, and then their lawyer, Howard Carey. Schools happened in Nottingham High. There was little demographics given about the school. We know that it's an older building, and we know there's a biology classroom. I would like to know a little bit more about the layout of the building versus, is it all one floor? Is it multiple floors? We're making the assumption right now that it's at least a 2-level building. But more information, I do believe, is kind of needed for a complete assessment here. Then the laws. Again, there's FAPE, there's Section 504, and then the American Disabilities Act. Review of the facts that during the school football game, Miguel suffered a spinal cord injury that resulted in being paralyzed. Returning to school, it's learned that the biology class had been changed. New science class was enough to graduate, but it was not credit for a college institution, the college preparatory college that he wanted to go to. Miguel does have college plans, and Mr. and Mrs. Hernandez have brought in a lawyer to protect Miguel's rights. The school is in violation of Section 504. Next steps, as the principal, I need to be contacting the district office, the special education coordinator, and the district lawyer. I need to review the laws. I need to know exactly where we are in the wrong, if we're in the wrong, if what we've done is appropriate, or if we need to be doing more. Then the third thing is I need to look for different options to make biology accessible for Miguel. I have come up with 3 different options. The first option is do nothing. I made the necessary adjustments to accommodate a wheelchair and allow Miguel to have a science credit. I'm going to let due process play out. Second one is make necessary accommodations to make biology wheelchair accessible. And the third one is have Miguel enroll in a online biology class. The outcomes of these, option 1, to do nothing, that will lead to legal issues no matter what. We're going to end up in litigation It's going to cost the district money, and it's going to cause, excuse me, ill feelings between the school and the family. It's doing nothing to repair any relationships whatsoever. If we lose, we would be out the legal issue money, and we would have to make necessary accommodations to make the building ADA compliant. The second one, if we just make necessary accommodations to make biology wheelchair accessible, this will avoid legal issues, and it's providing the equal access to biology. It's ensuring that Miguel's rights are being protected. The third option is enrolling in a biology class. This option will allow Miguel to have proper credit for the preparatory college, but it does not help the school in the future with the ADA compliance. It's not necessarily going to solve any legal issues because the lawyer may still push for Miguel to be able to take science at school. So that's not always necessarily the best option there. The best choice will provide equal access to the same classes as other peers. The best choice will work within Section 504 and the ADA laws. And the best choice will put the student's best interest in academic success first. So the best choice is option 2. Implementation of this. With the school district, you need to work on ways to make the biology wheelchair accessible. Meaning, do you need to move the classroom? These are immediate fixes that the school needs to do in order to make biology accessible for Miguel, making sure there is a lab station that's accessible for a wheelchair. So you're going to work with the district to make sure that right now we have solved this issue, but it doesn't necessarily solve the issue for the next couple of years because Miguel still has several years to go. You need to work with the school district to create a plan to update the high school to be ADA compliant in the next couple years. So starting now, we need to create an immediate fix. But for next year, we need to make sure, again, we have something in place, and then moving forward, creating a plan to update the high school, and eventually making sure all the other schools are ADA compliant. Have a meeting with the lawyers once you and the district have created your plan, and with Miguel's parents. You explain the steps necessary to accommodate Miguel for the immediate future, and then share the plans to make the building ADA compliant from there. So in the future, Miguel and other futures are not going to have to worry about this, and this is not going to become a future problem for the school. Work with the district to provide training on IDEA, FAPE, Section 504, and ADA. So everybody in the building knows the importance of these laws. So thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed.